For 3 years, Yuna had been at war, not with a person, not with a situation, with her own voice. Every morning before work, she opened an accent training app. She listened to the same sounds. She repeated the same words. She recorded herself and compared every day, without missing one, and every day, her voice still sounded like her, not like the app, not like the videos she studied, not like the native speakers she admired, like her, and for a long time, that felt like failure. Yuna had a reason for all of this, a specific moment that started everything. 2 years before she had moved abroad, she gave a short presentation at an international conference. Her content was good. She had prepared for weeks. She knew her subject better than anyone in the room, but when she finished, someone in the audience raised their hand. He did not ask about her research. He said, "I'm sorry, could you repeat that last part? Your accent made it a little hard to follow." The room was quiet for a second. Yuna repeated the last part. She finished the presentation. She smiled at the right moments, and then she went back to her hotel room and sat on the edge of the bed for a long time. She did not cry. She just decided something. She was going to fix her accent, whatever it took. For 2 years, she worked on it constantly. She watched videos about mouth position and tongue placement. She practiced individual sounds for 30 minutes every evening. She recorded every important conversation and listened back for errors. Her English became more fluent. Her pronunciation became clearer, but the accent stayed, not as strong as before, but still there, still hers. She started to wonder if some people were simply built differently, if there was something in her that would never sound right. One afternoon, Yuna was at a small bookshop near her office. She was looking for a specific title. She could not find it. A man who worked there noticed her looking. He was older, unhurried, the kind of person who seemed to have read everything in the shop. "Can I help you find something?" he asked. She told him what she was looking for. He led her to the right shelf. They talked for a few minutes about the book. Then he said something she was not expecting. "Where are you from originally?" she told him. He nodded. "I could hear it a little." He said, "I like it." Yuna looked at him. "Your accent," he said simply, "it has a particular sound to it. I find it easier to remember people who sound like somewhere." He handed her the book. People who sound like nowhere are harder to hold onto. He went back to arranging the shelves. Yuna stood in the aisle. She read the back cover of the book without taking in a single word. She thought about what he said for the rest of the day. People who sound like somewhere. She had spent 2 years trying to sound like nowhere, trying to erase the place she came from, trying to remove the sound of her first language from her English. She had thought of her accent as interference, something getting in the way of the real signal. But the man in the bookshop had heard it differently, not as interference, as information. That evening, Yuna did not open the accent app. She did not record herself. She did not practice tongue placement. She just sat with a cup of tea and thought about the conference, about the man who had asked her to repeat herself. She had given that moment so much power. One person, one comment, one quiet hotel room, and she had built 2 years of war around it. She thought about all the other moments she had forgotten. The colleague who said she was the clearest presenter in the department. The client who told her assistant that Yuna was easy to understand on calls. The friend who said she loved listening to Yuna talk because her voice had a rhythm to it. She had kept one moment and let go of all the others. She did not stop caring about her English after that. She still worked on clarity. She still paid attention to how she expressed herself. She still noticed when something she said landed wrong. But she stopped going to war with her voice. The app stayed on her phone for a few more weeks. Then one day she deleted it. Not dramatically, not as a decision, just she stopped opening it. And one morning she noticed it was gone, and she felt nothing about that, which was exactly right. A few months later, Yuna gave another presentation, different conference. Different room, same subject. When she finished, someone raised their hand. Yuna felt her body tighten for just a second. The woman asked about her methodology. A real question. A good one. Yuna answered it. Afterward, the woman came to find her. "You're a really clear speaker," she said. "And I love your accent." Yuna smiled. "Thank you," she said. "I used to fight it." The woman looked surprised. "Why?" She said. Yuna thought about the bookshop. She thought about 2 years of recordings. She thought about sitting on the edge of a hotel bed. "I'm not sure anymore," she said, and she meant it. Here is what Yuna learned. An accent is not a mistake. It is a record. It holds the sound of every language you grew up with, every place that shaped how you think, every person who taught you your first words. Clarity matters, being understood matters. But sounding like you come from nowhere is not the goal. The goal is to be heard, and most of the time, you already are. So if you have been fighting your accent, think about what you are actually fighting. Not a flaw, a sound, your sound. The question is not how to remove it. The question is whether you are ready to stop, treating it like something that needs to be fixed. Yuna stopped, not because her accent changed, because she did.